That's Cruel Sister by Pentangle, and demonstrating the Bert Jansch guitar accompaniment in that beautiful traditional English folk tune sung by Jackie McShee with vocal harmonies from Bert Jansch and John Renbourn. About 6 years ago I posted a YouTube tutorial video to demonstrate how I played what I've just gone through now, how I played the Bert Jansch accompaniment to the song. More recently I've been able to develop and find some subtle variations on that original delivery, which I think can really add variety to the guitar accompaniment. Remember that the song itself, the vocals, are completely unchanging. There's no chorus, it's just in verse refrains. So there's little or no variation in the vocal, which on its own could be monotonous apart from the beautiful tune. What really makes this song is the amazing guitar accompaniment by Bert Jansch. If you do just as I demonstrated at the beginning of this video, you will do the song well. It'll be a good delivery. But if you can weave in some subtle variations that I will show you, I think that can make all the difference between a good rendition and a great rendition. So I'll take you through these and hope you find them interesting and helpful. So we'll start with the standard one, if you like, call it that, the one that I started off with, just to remind us. Okay, so the first half of the verse is, in that version, is basically a shifting between A minor and G. That's what's going on there. So the first variation that I'm going to introduce you to is, instead of going into G, we go into E minor with a very quick bridge through G back into A minor. See if you can hear the difference. Okay, let me do that once more. So this is the quick G bridge that I mentioned. That's all it is, back to the A minor. So I think that's a really attractive variation. The second variation that I do is a variation of that E minor that I've just demonstrated. And the inversion that I use is on an E minor 7th inversion, which you can easily find by playing an A minor 7th, and I'm looking here particularly at strings 2, 3 and 4, and slide those up 2 frets, so to that. You don't play the 5th string, but you do play the E 6th string bass, and that's the kind of sound you need to get. Okay, let me demonstrate how that fits in, and it comes in the second half of the verse. I'll do that once more. That variation, I think, really sounds brilliant. There's something very haunting about the way in which that E minor seventh works with that kind of rolling finger style. So the next variation is a variation on that E minor seventh, and the variation involves a hammer-on to get us to that point. Hammer-on on the fourth string, and here's how it sounds in isolation. Okay, so we start off that hammer action with the index or second finger, sorry, first finger on the fourth string in the second fret, and hammer on 2 frets up with the little finger. Very important to use the little finger, the pinky, because the next move is going to involve pulling that off straight away once you've completed the hammer action, in order then to be able to use your ring finger to get that, which then goes into an A minor seventh suspended. I know that sounds kind of a bit strange all in isolation, but if I put it together for you now, you'll see how effective it sounds. Let me do that again. Sorry about that. Playing slow is actually kind of really difficult. I'll do it once more. The next variation is in relation to that little bridging sequence that connects each verse, this one. So what I do as the variation on that is basically using the third and fourth strings and starting off on the A minor notes on those strings, those two, and sliding them up the fretboard, still keeping the same fingering, with a pull off at the end. So once more. So let me put that into context for you. Sorry, went slightly over at the end there. It's quite difficult to do, but it is certainly worth doing because I think it gives a modal quality to that part of the guitar work, which again is kind of quite haunting. I like that. The final variation is how I play Bert Jansch's guitar interlude. Not the refrain, but he actually adds in an interlude at a couple of places in the song. I used to play it like this. Sorry. So the variation on that, and actually it's an improvement, and I would recommend playing it the new way every time because it's cleaner, comes in the first half. So you do your introduction, which is okay, and then instead of going into the original sequence as I showed you, you go up the fretboard using your index and pinky fingers, again quite important. So here we go. So 1, 2. Then reverse it. Try it again. So, those are the variations that I've introduced into my playing of Cruel Sister. I think use all of those variations, apart from the last one, which is a replacement, if you like. And you'll find that the guitar accompaniment becomes really, really interesting in all sorts of subtle ways. And I wish you well, and hope you've enjoyed listening and learning. See ya.